This is about me wanting and almost needing to do something just to prove to myself that I can. You know, there's people out there that, like I've said, they hope I lose, and there's people out there that realize that once I step into the octagon, I've already won. People expect me to get knocked out. People expect me to get starched in 30 seconds. And the people who see me work here every day, they expect me to win. My expectations are to win. Go out there, whether it goes 3 rounds, whether it goes 3 seconds, my hand will get raised. That's what I expect. I expect to show up best shape of my life, happiest I've ever been, and happy looking in the mirror before the fight, knowing job well done. You can ask yourself, what happens if I lose? What happens if I get embarrassed in front of the world? And then you think to yourself, well, you shit yourself on national television before, so how bad can it go? How bad can it really be? What's the worst thing that can happen?
I'm gonna see it.
There's gonna be some extra buzz around 203 that night with CM Punk. I mean, WWE fans can't wait to see what happens. UFC fans can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, but is he that big in WWE? That's the question.
He was a monster. He was big.
He
was
Why
big.
was he big?
His personality. He's a small guy, but his personality, like a fan favorite, or people either loved him a lot or they hated him a lot. Like, he created a lot of noise, and so for him to be going over here, it's gonna be interesting to see.
Well, yeah. Again, I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for the upset, but it's going to be hard for him. It's going to be very hard.
Okay.
It's like you have like a aquarium full of piranhas.
Yeah.
And you're tossing him in, and it's like this fatty tuna.
Yeah. Everyone wants a piece of that.
Everybody wants a piece. Everybody's hungry. Everybody wants money, needs money, wants to build a name, talking. We are all going to find out what he's made of, out of. He's going to have a hard time.
Something very interesting came up to me. We're going to have to see where it goes, but it has something to do with my title fight with Robbie. Some very interesting information that came about. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't really want to speak out too loud about it, but something that really grabbed my attention, and I think a lot of people are going to be very interested to hear about this if it actually is true. I have to do my research, but it could be a very potentially a very big thing. Some test results came out 4 times higher than the limit, and it pisses me right off to hear about it, to be honest, because I feel robbed. But I came in, I worked hard for that fight. I fought my heart out, and I left everything in there. I left my soul, and I really poured everything out there. I came in honest, and I always have my entire career. I don't play with no dirty drugs, any performance enhancers. That's something I don't believe in morally. I always believed in myself that if I worked hard, I trained hard, I worked my martial arts techniques, I could get to the top and I could be the best in the world. So the fact that whatever happened in there, if this is true, it pisses me right off to my core. I don't want to start pointing fingers or anything, but it definitely, look at their team's history. Look at that team's history. It makes me very suspicious. But I can't go out and start saying for sure without making my research and making sure that all this is true.
To Mayweather and both the Conors, let me see some bank statements, because you can talk, you can say it, you can put it out there in tweets, but let me see a bank statement that says UFC wired X amount of money, because it's always going to be disappointing. right? People lie. It's the 21st century. Social media is fake. People lie all the time. Yeah, I personally have a hard time believing both of them about their income.
Yeah, he's not going to get stripped. He's going to make a decision. You know, he knows that the Nate Diaz fight isn't the fight to make right now. He has to either defend his title and give it up, or give it up and decide what he wants to do next. But yeah, we'll get that figured out with him. Yeah, so I'm interested in doing. Listen, you can't blame Cormier. You know, the guy spent money and trained like 3 times and not fought. Jon Jones, you know, Anthony Johnson versus Jon Jones for the interim title, and whoever wins then will go on and face Daniel Cormier.
Я не знаю. Сейчас медик подойдет.